Chris, how pleased are you to be back on the goal scoring trail with a winner tonight?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a bit of a frustrating time on a personal level, and especially after obviously taking probably one of the worst penalties I've ever taken. Needed to redeem myself and try and get the win for the boys. So happy that the chance fell my way at the end of the game, and nice to get another 3 points to follow up what was a good performance on Saturday.
Yeah, I said to the manager, I was really pleased. The season you've had to end the season without any goals would have been a bit of an injustice. So how pleased are you just to be back? I think your first goal in 9 today.
Yeah, is it that long, is it? Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, I've been a bit disappointed. I don't think we've created, or there's not been loads and loads of games where I've been really disappointed in terms of the chances missed. But obviously most strikers will say missing chances is not actually normally the issue. You want to be obviously having chances to miss. Any striker who's going to get a lot of goals is going to miss chances. You're going to miss probably more than you put in the net. But as long as they're forthcoming, then you're in the right spot. I think maybe over the course of that, I haven't managed to find myself in those areas enough. I think the Shrewsbury game I did. Should have scored a couple in that game. From memory, not too many others. So obviously that's a case of having a little look at my own performance, movement in the box. What can I do to try and be on the end of things? Try and obviously build those relationships and continue with those relationships with other players as well in terms of their delivery and my positioning and stuff. So yeah, I think there's always stuff to work on, no matter whether you're just coming into the game or right at the end of it, or hopefully not, as the case may be for myself, but towards the end of it, shall we say. So yeah, always stuff to learn, but just happy to just help the lads out to a win, really, after not being able to do that for a while. I think obviously the team and them boys in there rely on me to do that. I was able to do that for a good period of time there, but it hasn't happened for a while, so it's just nice that I can contribute again and put a few smiles on the lads' faces, because it would have been a disappointing night had we not got the victory.
Yeah, and in your defence, the penalty was saved, but I'm sure you back yourself normally from the penalty spot. What was your feeling as it went in?
Yeah, he didn't have too much to do to save it, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know. It was a bit of a miskick, to be perfectly honest with you. I didn't get good contact on it. Probably needs to practice a few more, I would have said, after Saturday, and Evo missing. Obviously I haven't been on them, so maybe that's something that I need to have a look at. So one of those things, again, you're going to miss them. It's just disappointing in the manner, obviously, after not really getting much behind it. Then obviously everything goes through your head straight after that. It's easy to say it after, but what I will say is they're not as easy as they look. There's still pressure on it, and anyone that's taken one in a fully fledged game like that in front of a crowd will tell you the same.
Yeah. And when you've got Anthony and Luke in the team, that eventually there are going to be chances, and they both played a part in your goal.
Yeah, great build-up. Do you know what? There was quite a few times in the match where purposefully they tried to keep a bit of a high line, so I tried to stay offside sometimes. I know probably people looking on thought I was being a bit lazy, but if I can stay offside once the ball goes wide, then obviously I have the head start on the defenders, and that was the case in that time. So I had a run, just hoping that the ball came flashing across the 6-yard box. And LT puts it on a plate for me, really, and very difficult to miss from there. It happens, but luckily, see the net bulge was a nice feeling again.
And only 2 games left. It would be nice to carry on this run of form up until the Wigan game now.
For sure, yeah. I think we put in 2 decent performances over the last couple of games. I think there's still plenty to work on, but it's definitely been much improved from the previous few games. So I think that's definitely a positive. I think there's been plenty of good performances to get Jordan Rossiter back out on the pitch for a couple of games after having such a long time out. Obviously, I haven't been here for the amount of time that he has, but he's had to work extremely hard. I think that's a real nice story to get him some minutes before the end of the season. And he's played very, very well. I think he's contributed really well in the minutes that he's played. And yeah, as a collective, I think the lads that came in tonight did really well and followed up what was a decent win on Saturday. And if we've got any ambitions to improve heading into next season, then we need to try and build something. And it feels like there's an improving kind of tide of performance over the last couple. And if we can keep that going, then we'll finish the season on somewhat of a high.
And without wishing this season away, there's every chance you'll be there or thereabouts when it comes to Player of the Year awards, which would be nice. And You look forward to next season. How confident are you that you can repeat this next season and get in, lots of goals?
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, there's discussions to be had, I think, with the club in regards to that. Player of the season, who knows? I don't know what the voting is going to be or who decides that. So if you're part of the conversation, it's always nice. But ultimately, looking back at the season as a whole, I don't think we've hit the targets probably that were set out in the beginning, if we're being honest. And I think after obviously the games are finished, that'll be the reflection from everyone at the football club and in the changing room, and to see how we can improve both as individuals and as a group, and try to move forward, I think, both as a squad and as a club, and see if we can continue up the league and try and challenge at the right end of it.
Because your last discussions with the club ended positively. What about the next set of discussions? Would you like to be at the club next year and scoring goals for the club?
Yeah, look, I've really enjoyed my time. I think there's a really good set of lads in that dressing room that I've loved coming to work with most days. Obviously, we all have our moments, but yeah, I think there's some really good human beings. There's some really good guys, and I've really enjoyed it. So from my point of view, it's most definitely all positive, and I'd like to see if I can get that wrapped up as quickly as I possibly can. Obviously, that's kind of something that will go on in the background, and we'll wait and see kind of the resolution of that. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it. Not enjoyed the goal drought over the last few games, but nice to be back on the wagon.